Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. All right, so sorry I did not have a video up on Sunday. Not only was I working extremely long hours, I also ran into some technical issues going on that prevented me from being able to post a video this weekend. So I'm kind of making up for it. I'm going to be posting a whole bunch of videos for immediate premiere today and probably tomorrow morning. All right, so the eviction crisis is here. It is officially here. If you have not heard, the Supreme Court knocked down the eviction moratorium last week. So, according to Goldman Sachs, at least 750,000 households, not individuals, households. They estimate at least 3.5 million Americans are at risk of eviction at this time. I mean, immediately, between now and the end of the year. There are already eviction notices and actions going out from landlords that are throwing people out. It's already happening. It's happening right this minute. Now, this causes a whole slew of other issues that we are going to be facing as a nation. One thing I'm going to mention here is that Airbnb just announced that they will house, I think they said 220,000 Afghan refugees for free. I don't know for how long, but how are they even doing this? You know, Airbnb, these are all, individual property owners that own these properties. So how are they even doing this? Yeah, there's something we're not hearing. I absolutely don't have any issue with Afghanis. I think we should be helping people that are in acute danger. This is something that we need to do. However, when the priority is being placed on the Afghan refugees while ignoring the 3.5 million Americans that are facing eviction at this time, and that 3.5 million, you can count on the fact that that is a low ball figure. All right, on top of this, what do you think the result is going to be? This is going to result in an increase in the crime rate, illness, COVID, other illnesses, drug use. These are all going to cause, this is going to cause immediate impacts in our society, and we're probably going to be seeing it as of this week. So expect all of it to be happening. In addition, this causes downstream problems. Let's say that I was at risk of eviction. I was behind on my rent, and yet I have just enough resources because of the moratorium. I have just enough resources to be helping a family member that is also, at risk of eviction, or, maybe I got laid off through no fault of my own, and but I have in some kind of unemployment insurance, and I am helping a family member to feed themselves. somebody that does not have unemployment, somebody that is on a severely low fixed income, such as Social Security. And what are they going to do now? You know, if they're living in an apartment or a small house and there is no room in their residence to take me in, well, now they have lost my assistance as well. So that causes a crisis for them. Hunger. They may not be able to afford their medications. So we're going to see mass health issues just spreading across this country. The people that want to take the side of the landlords, well, okay, rent has gone up. I've heard estimates anywhere from 6.7% to up to 24% in some areas on the cost of rent in the past year and a half. So if I get evicted from one location, if I even look for another place to live, then it's going to cost me more. What is the effect of this? Even if I've got the money, my income remains static. So I find another place to live. Now, maybe I've got enough money to pay my rent on a month-to-month basis at this point. But at the current rate. So now but I cannot afford to catch up on back rent, for which I get evicted. Now I've got to look for another place to live, which means I'm going to have to put down a deposit. Do I have the money for the deposit? Let's say I do. But in most cases, if people had the money for the deposit, they would be paying it toward back rent, right? But let's say I've got the money for a deposit. Well, now I'm going to be paying more money toward rent. What effect does that have? That means I'm going to be spending less money in the general economy. The fact that I'm spending less money in the general economy means there's less retail sales, which means there is a lower need for employees, which means companies, worse than they already are, start cutting hours and laying people off. This causes a downward spiral for more people to be unable to afford their rent. Like I've said in previous videos, all of this could have been prevented if they had blocked the collection of residential mortgages for individuals and small business owners, at least, in conjunction with the eviction moratorium. The banks would not have lost anything. They would still hold equity in that property. They just would not be collecting more money, which takes more money out of the economy. The effect of this would have been preventing the eviction crisis that we are facing now, putting more money in consumers' pockets, which they could spend in the general economy, which would support other jobs and prevent other people from facing this same crisis. And it would prevent many small landlords from winding up in bankruptcy and losing their property, which will be snatched up by large investors, equity investors, for pennies on the dollar. Because once it goes into bankruptcy, it gets auctioned off at pennies on the dollar. So all of this could have been prevented. Meanwhile, less than 10% of the funding that was supposed to go toward helping, renters has been dispersed by the government. Less than 10%. There is no reason for this. There is no excuse for this. What, you're afraid that somebody might get something that they don't deserve or some crap like that. Somebody might scam the system. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. If one person gets something that they don't qualify for and 100 other people get the assistance that they actually need, I'm fine. It's just like food stamps. I don't care if some 1% or less scam the system if we are helping hundreds, thousands, millions of others. And that is the case going on right here, right now. Why? To help the corporations, to help the banks, no matter what the cost is to our society. You need to be writing letters, making phone calls, writing emails, signing petitions, whatever, to your elected officials, telling them that this needs to be fixed. This action by the Supreme Court could have been prevented. The Supreme Court said that the CDC was overstepping their bounds, and any further eviction moratorium had to go through Congress. Now, chances are it could have been done by executive order as well. But the Supreme Court said it had to go through Congress, and Congress ignored it and went on vacation. That is where they are right now, while millions of Americans are facing evictions, homelessness, poverty, hunger, illness. Our elected officials are on vacation. Fuck their tweets. If they're not acting on legislation, they're not doing their fucking job. Like it or not, this is not going to end well. Do what you can. Donate to homeless shelters. Donate to food banks. If you've got time, do volunteer work with these populations, because you can see this. How many Americans are 2 paychecks away from being evicted right now? If you lost your income for 2 paychecks for 2 weeks or 4 weeks, would you be in the same situation as these millions of other Americans? I think the number of people that are facing possible eviction is a hell of a lot higher than 3.5 million. But only time will tell. All right, share this video. Talk about these subjects. Do what you can to help your family, your friends, your neighbors, your community members. Do whatever you can. All right? And, if you can afford it, please donate $1 a month to help expand the channel, and I will catch you in the next one.